Welcome to New Sky TV. Top-tier idol Xiao Zhan ignites the 2026 Spring Festival Gala. Four immediately blessings dominate the trending topics, with millions of netizens frantically receiving the blessings. This is the ultimate romance of the nation's male god. This isn't just a blessing, it's a devastating blow. When Xiao Zhan, in a white embroidered suit, shattered the dazzling lights of the Beijing TV Spring Festival Gala, the air froze, hearts raced, and millions of viewers held their breath in the same second. He stood there, his figure as upright as a pine tree reaching for the sky, his eyes like a galaxy fallen to earth, exuding an irresistible nobility with an elegant Eastern charm, both gentle and deadly, dazzling and insane. For 6 years, this man, who has etched the words old friend into the blood of the Spring Festival Gala, has been an aesthetic tyranny every time he appears on stage, an emotional plunder every time he speaks. But this time, he doesn't want flowery words, he doesn't want flashy high notes. He only wants your heartbeat. Happy New Year, may you have money immediately, may you find that partner immediately, and may you achieve success immediately. 4 sentences, 12 words, as light as a lover's whisper, as heavy as a pronouncement of fate. With a voice that could melt icebergs into spring water, he compressed the 3 universal obsessions of wealth, marriage, and career into 3 honey-coated bullets, precisely piercing the hearts of 300 million. At this moment, he wasn't just the top idol Xiao Zhan, he was a wishing well, a walking koi fish, a deity who turned the pun of immediately into a romantic legend. Look at his gentle smile, like the first rays of morning light filtering into the hall of supreme harmony after the first snow in the Forbidden City. But that smile hit a hook, catching all the desires of everyone watching. Want money? He'll give it. Want a partner? He'll promise. Want success? He'll personally hand you immediate success. What is this? This is the first emotional tsunami of 2026, a gentle trap into which the entire nation has collectively fallen. Weibo exploded. Baidu's trending topics were flooded. The topics' readership exploded by seconds. Xiao Zhan will have a partner soon has directly smothered the defenses of single people, with a comments section filled with both lamentations and yearning. Brother Zhan, is that a blessing or a promise? Please assign me one. The country owes me a Xiao Zhan. My mom pointed at the TV and said, this is the ceiling for your chances of finding a partner, and Xiao Zhan will have money soon is even more frenzied, with netizens frantically taking screenshots to use as wallpapers, financial bloggers deciphering the year of the horse's fortune code overnight, and even temples jumping on the bandwagon with Xiao Zhan's wish-making posture tutorial. This isn't welcoming good fortune, this is the whole nation losing their minds. But the most devastating thing is the phrase, instant success. He said it so lightly, as if he were comforting a child chasing their dreams to the point of tears. At 32, he has achieved great success, standing at the top of the entertainment industry for 6 years without faltering. He understands better than anyone how much blood and tears are stained with the word success. So this 4-word blessing wasn't just polite talk, it was the hand of someone who'd been there, gently pressing down on your head through the screen. Don't be afraid, you will win. In that instant, countless working people broke down in front of the TV, countless graduate school applicants copied this phrase onto their desks, and countless entrepreneurs drank this cup of the strongest, sweetest chicken blood for 2026. A white embroidered suit, with gold thread patterns flowing like dragons under the lights. The designer later said that this suit took 3 whole months to embroider, each stitch a palindrome of the character, war. But what the audience saw was that young man from Chongqing, who spent 6 years transforming himself into a work of art, then turned around, reflecting his brilliance as blessings, showering them upon the masses who once looked up to him. This is the mindset of a top star. I am not just a god to be admired, I am the one who lights the way for you. The applause in the studio was deafening. Backstage staff said that Xiao Zhan's first words after stepping off the stage were, "Did I say I'll have a partner soon too quickly? I was afraid everyone wouldn't hear me clearly." He was still worried about the success rate of his blessings. This man, even his gentleness carried an aggressive edge, even his thoughtfulness felt like arson. Tonight, all of China is receiving blessings. Social media is flooded with "may you get rich immediately," dating app servers are overloaded, and career bloggers are working overnight to create instant success lucky guides. Spring 2026 hasn't even arrived yet, but Xiao Zhan has already showered the year of the horse with auspiciousness, turning it into a reign of celebration. This isn't a Spring Festival Gala program, it's collective hypnosis, emotional bullying. He smiles and hands you a piece of candy, and you find the whole city is so sweet it's tooth-rotting. 4 sentences, dominating the trending topics, cementing his status as a legend in 2026. Xiao Zhan stands there, behind him the light and shadow of 6 years of Spring Festival Gala performances, before him the devout faces of 1.3 billion people receiving blessings. He didn't shout Happy New Year, he said may you have it immediately. This isn't a blessing, it's using his top-tier status to demand a title from time itself. May you get rich immediately. 4 words, and 300 million working people instantly look up at their New Year's Eve dinner tables. The year's mortgage payments, Alipay bills, and the unbearable debts are gently smoothed over by this one sentence. He's not teaching you how to get rich quick, he's telling you, you deserve abundance. A girl posted a screenshot of Xiao Zhan saying this, making it her phone wallpaper with the caption, "When Brother Zhan speaks, the god of wealth works overtime." The financial world went crazy overnight, financial bloggers begged for collaborations, and even shopping malls and gold shops urgently customized Xiao Zhan's style, instant wealth red string bracelets. This wasn't a blessing, it was the first economic recovery of 2026, personally funded by a top celebrity. Instantly find a partner. How ruthless. 7 words, precisely targeting all single young people of marriageable age in China. This wasn't pressure to get married, it was telling you, you deserve to be loved. And the person who said this was a 32-year-old man still single, dedicating all his tenderness to the stage and the camera. He lived a life of regret, yet promised you fulfillment. That night, dating app servers crashed 3 times, the Civil Affairs Bureau was bombarded with messages from netizens asking can you open a Xiao Zhan window in 2026, and even temples' matchmaking halls displayed screenshots of Xiao Zhan from the Spring Festival Gala on their altars overnight. This wasn't a blessing, it was the nation's emotional infrastructure. He alone raised the entire country's standards for choosing a partner. The most brilliant part was instant success. When he said those 4 words, his voice deepened, like amber dripping into warm water, slowly dissolving. In that instant, postgraduate entrance exam takers across the country paused their practice, entrepreneurs put down their glasses, and high school seniors held their chopsticks in mid-air. You suddenly realized that this man, from the untamed to dreamlike dream, from singer to actor, from top star to role model, every step he took was a resounding success, every position he reached was a triumph. He was telling you this, essentially compressing 6 years of hard work into a piece of candy, unwrapping it, and stuffing it into your mouth. Here, I've tasted it, it's sweet. You will too. 4 sentences, 12 words, the transmission path is a perfect example of social psychology. The first wave, fans were captivated. Screenshots, screen recordings, memes, unedited videos, thousands of original blog posts were generated in 3 minutes. They weren't just following a star, they were recording the epicenter of an emotional earthquake. The second wave, bystanders were overwhelmed. The Spring Festival Gala became a family scene. The mother-in-law pointed at the TV and said, "That young man is so handsome." The sister-in-law immediately pulled out her phone to search for his name. The father casually asked, "What has he acted in?" 3 minutes later, the whole family was watching Xiao Zhan's performance of Union. This isn't breaking through social circles, it's a collapse of dimensions. The third wave was the nationwide meme frenzy. Career bloggers broke down instant success into KPI achievement paths, relationship experts wrote dating guides using find a partner immediately as a catch, and financial bloggers made year of the horse asset allocations around get rich immediately. Blessings became cultural memes, growing into a tropical rainforest within his permitted scope. The fourth wave was a collective ritual. WeChat moments were flooded with 9 grid photos. Xia Hongshu featured a graphic tutorial on the correct way to receive Xiao Zhan's blessings, and the Douyin challenge imitate Xiao Zhan saying immediately garnered over 300 million views. This wasn't just dissemination, it was the unified opening ceremony of the 2026 Lunar New Year, with Xiao Zhan as the chief officiant and 4 human wishes as the offerings. Tell me, why him? Look at him standing on the stage, his tall figure accentuated by a white embroidered suit, the spotlight scattering into stardust in his eyes. 32 years old, 10 years in the industry, he's weathered storms and seen rainbows. He's not unaware of what life is not worth living means, but he chooses to swallow those words, replacing them with may you have money immediately, a partner immediately, an instant success. His sincerity is undeniable. When he offers his blessings, the corners of his mouth curve at a 15-degree angle, neither too high nor too low, just enough to make the audience feel, he's looking me in the eye. The slight rise in his tone at the end is like a hook to catch good fortune. When he says instant success, he nods gently, a gesture of commitment. This man preaches even in his micro expressions. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.